Okay, guys, I have a question for you guys. I hope you guys are ready. Normally, I do this on this podcast, and like I come up with like a very low stakes question, but it's actually quite a high stakes question. Is Better Call Saul better than Breaking Bad?
I knew this was coming.
I had to.
Before the episode happened, I knew this question was coming. And when we started, I completely forgot about it. But is it better than Breaking Bad? We can't stay until this season. That's my cop out answer. If
So
you want
until
me
the
to answer,
final
is it better?
season, seems like
Yeah.
Is
a
it
cop
better
out.
right? That's
So
my
if he
cop out
lands
answer.
the ending, if it sticks the ending, which let's be honest, it's most likely going to. If it sticks the ending, would it be better than Breaking Bad?
I think it could be, but I think it's kind of unfair on Breaking Bad because it's kind of Breaking Bad has already done a lot of the story building in terms of like it is,
It's hanging on Breaking Bad shoulders. Yeah,
hanging
that's
on
fair.
kind of Breaking Bad shoulders. So it's kind of unfair to say that. But right at this point, right now, I think it might. I mean, maybe I need to rewatch Breaking Bad, but I think it might be.
I can run that agenda. It's not. I think it's not the worst thing in the world, Chris.
Not far-fetched.
Yeah, it's not that far fetched. Chris, what do you say quickly? I feel like you're 100% no.
No. I think they could be on par, but they're so different. Even though they're in the same universe, they're such different shows.
They are so different shows, but also so are Breaking Bad and not the Wire. Let's say Breaking Bad and Sopranos. I don't know what is Breaking Bad and Sopranos even that different. I'm trying to think of shows that people say.
Yeah, Sopranos, like Breaking Bad is
Breaking
more
Bad
like
and Sopranos. But people still like compare them, so we can do this anyway. Because like,
if we want to go down there, I recently rewatched Sopranos, and I was always like, I think Breaking Bad is the best one, but Sopranos is just
so.
Oh God, it's so good.
By the time Saul finishes,
yeah,
I still haven't finished. I still haven't watched Sopranos, and God, I need to find time to actually just watch the shows. By the time Saul finishes, it would have done more episodes than Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is 62. It's about to do 63. So I don't want more episode. It's fair to say that we can't make a decision until Better Call Saul finishes.
Yeah.
But I also think there's a thing we tend to do, and not the word is not overhype, but we tend to place either like pioneering shows or even earlier shows or things like that in a different like an untouchable box. Like this shows cannot be touched, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like Sopranos was one of the first. I'm not saying Sopranos is not good. That's what I'm trying to say. But Sopranos was one of the first shows to actually bring like film quality to TV. And then it was good.
Yeah.
So like you take a different level. Like The Wire was one of the first shows to have this kind of like multi-layered storytelling and everything. It was good. It's a different level. Breaking Bad, all those things. So it feels like for a show to come in and be better than those shows, it has to be like on average actually like 10 times better for it to even be like 5 times better, if that makes any sense. Like it's like
so you mean the skills are different.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. The skills are different. Like not to so like I think if somebody watched those two shows on their own, it is possible to make the argument that Better Call Saul is a better show. But just in terms of how we think of it and how we context of society and just how we rate it, it's probably like you will never better Breaking Bad because Breaking Bad just did so much and pioneered and stuff like that. But I would not insult anyone that made the argument. That's what I'm trying to say. I think people need to. Like, people are like, "Oh no, that's blasphemy." I'm like, no, it's not. It's not blasphemy. It's like like we can have the argument if we want to have the discussion.
Because it's an argument I can get behind. I don't think it's too far fetched. They're both very excellent shows. At that point, it's like details and like. I think at that point, it's like details and personal preference. Depends what you like.
And then like, cause like you're like, oh, Better Call Saul is doing what Breaking Bad. Obviously, they're very different shows, as Chris has mentioned, but it's doing like the same thing. You're showing this character's devolution, maybe. But at the same time, it has, like you said, the world of Breaking Bad, so it has a bigger sandbox to play in. Right? It's not just like it can do a lot. Like Breaking Bad would have to think, oh, can we go from Albuquerque to actually Mexico and deal with the cartel? There's a big swing. But Better Call's like, no, it's not a big swing. Like our viewers are already used to these characters and this, so it's easier to manipulate. That's obviously definitely for sure. But I know I've mentioned it before, and people are like, because people that don't watch the show are like, oh, what are you saying? I'm like, watch the show. Like it's on that level. It's actually on that level. It's not that far-fetched an idea.
That's what I think is wild to me. Like, people that are big fans of Breaking Bad that aren't watching Better Call Saul. I know we said that at the start, but like it's like It's like the easiest show you can watch if you're like a Breaking Bad fan. Like
I'm
you
not
definitely
surprised because
enjoy it.
if you go in expecting to see more Breaking Bad, the first season surprises you
You think?
because, well, it's definitely funnier than Breaking Bad because Saul is a funnier character, and it then doesn't deal with only drugs. Like Breaking Bad was just the drug dealing and everything, right? Better Call Saul is dealing a lot with like legal stuff. Like he doesn't like God
Yeah,
doesn't appear to what season 3
three
or
I
maybe
think. Yeah,
4. There's no drug stuff. Okay, no, there is because Mike is dealing, but
Yeah.
it's not as prominent with Mike and
No.
Nacho. Like it's not like the yeah. Saul doesn't get involved in the drug thing until quite late in the run, and then if that's what you came in
later.
looking
Yeah.
for, you could lose track. Which is why I think, like I said, season 2 was. I remember watching. I was like, this is a bit difficult for me. I still got through it, and I'm thank God I did. And actually, I was never going to stop. Let me know, like I was never going to stop going through it. I've stayed with worse shows, so that was never going to happen. But like, it's just like I can understand
What are
people.
some worse shows that you've stayed with?
Oof. Baba and I watched The Walking Dead to like season 10.
Oh no! Why?
Way longer than we should
Way
have.
longer.
You know,
I don't. I think
it's still
Walking
going
Dead
on
is
apparently.
finishing.
Has it ended? I think
I
it
think
ends
this
this
is
year.
final run. I
I
watched The
don't know.
Blacklist till like
Is it
earlier
still
this year.
going? Is that show still
I
going?
think The Walking Dead is about to finish, and I think it's in like in his
Oh
last
my
leg, like last
god!
run or something. So
So the blacklist is still good.
Blacklist has been renewed for another season. So like, yeah, no. So I've watched some shows way longer than I should have. So um I think that's my problem with like when I see a very good show but it's slow, I have no problem watching it because I've watched terrible shows like
Yeah,
for
yeah,
multiple years. Like I have no problem. Like it's slow. I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. It's not that bad. Um yeah, so like I can't remember what I was talking about before I started insulting Walking Dead and the Blacklist. But yeah, it's
We're not
like
gonna
I
do a
don't.
Walking Dead episode, Mikey.
We can do it after the finale. Let's just go in and watch the final episode. Like no context over the last year and a half or 2 years. Whenever we stop watching, just like
That would actually be fun. To be
who
fair,
are these
that would be fun.
characters? I mean, we could do a live episode, Baba.
Well, of the Walking Dead finale with
I
no
mean,
context of
that might
what
be an episode idea, right? Live on the podcast. Yeah, we'll do a live episode watching the Walking Dead finale. Like, who are these characters and who are the characters that I like? Um. Okay. So, before we round up, any final points you guys want to bring out that we've not spoken about?
Oh yeah, it's the cinematography in that show. We haven't mentioned it. Like how it's
True.
shot. Like every shot is a painting in that show.
So, and I think that goes back to what I was saying about it being so intricately like set up, like the directing is so good. Because
Yeah.
I remember watching, I think it was again the Bagman episode, and there was a shot. 'Cause obviously they're in the desert, and I was just like, Vince Gilligan directed that episode. I'm like, he just must really love being in the desert. Because Camino was also just so beautiful. Like there's some shots in Camino that was like, he
Yeah.
just makes the desert look so beautiful. And like,
Yeah.
yeah, the cinematography, like, it's not like you're right, we didn't mention it, but I think we didn't mention it because we all just like took it for granted. That was just like,
Yeah. And
it's just
it's never
beautiful.
too distracting. It's never like it balances that out. That like it's not like in your face there, but you're watching it and it's like, oh, this is such a beautiful shot, and it's telling so much. It's telling
Yeah.
so much. I would like just going back to season 1 when Jimmy like after I think he goes to HHM the first time. He tries to get like Chuck's payout or whatever, and then Hamlin is like, nah, mate, leave. And then you have that like there's a little zoom out shot of like Saul getting off the elevator in the basement as the camera just pulling back, and you see Saul like beating the trash can, like kicking it, and like little details where you see the trash can has already been
Oh, I
kicked
remember that.
before.
I actually remember that now.
So like stuff like
Yeah.
that, and then the camera keeps pulling up, and then it's Kim. That's how Kim is revealed as you've seen Kim before in the boardroom, but like this is the first time you see them. Like, oh, there's something between these characters, and it's so, like it's just so well shot.
Oh, by
It's
the way,
amazing.
guys, Chris is a director. In case you didn't catch on to that in the last 30-second monologue, like he's a filmmaker.
Sure.
No, yeah, no, I definitely like agree, and like I know how we said like no shows do montage better than the Gilligan verse.
Yeah.
I think no shows do beginning of episodes better than the Gilligan verse. like how an episode just starts with either with music or with just cutting and just again.
Yeah.
Like
It always
placing
keeps you wondering. Like I like that. I
mm-hmm.
like that in the show where you're like, it keeps you hooked. The characters are doing something, like, for example, that scene where I'm just referring a lot of season 1 because it's the one I've been rewatching. I failed in my mission to rewatch the whole show before talking about it.
You and
I completely failed, and I apologize. But it's that shot where Jimmy's gonna call what's the name of the family that has the embezzlement case in season 1?
There's that was
the really
like 2015
the helicopter parents who are like go camping with the kids, and they're like the kids are like, oh, why are you my parents? This is so weird. But like he goes to call them, and you just see Jimmy like unroll a whole roll of like kitchen towel and like grabbing some stuff, and like the whole time you're like, what's he doing?
What's happening? Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of that in this show and in Breaking Bad as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, because like, because
where it just keeps you on your toes, doesn't it? And it's just
100%. Because the only way I'm trying to compare it, because like Succession, they do setting up very well as well, but because of the show is about rich people. Their setups are always very big and like operatic and like with music and like people setting up for like conferences and whatever. But Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, their setups are very. This is a pen. This is a pencil. This paper. This like an eraser. Like it's just very like what is happening?
What is your favorite Gilligan montage? Like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
That's impossible. But, first of all, but it would be something.
What mine is from.
Oh, you have one. Okay, well, go ahead.
Rewatching. No, it's probably not my best. I probably forgot it all. Because when I was rewatching all the finales, I think it's season 3, where like Jimmy goes back home to run scams with like his best mates, in the bar, and then they run a scam about the wrong side of the coin, and then they just go on a scamming spree, and then they're just saying, they're just doing like it's like a scamming montage where they keep saying, I have a secret from you can't tell everyone, and it's like panning from different scams, and I love that one so much. When I watched it, I was like, man, this guy's really. That's the way you say when these guys do montages. I was like, yeah, man.
Yeah, I love every montage in Breaking Bad about them making meth.
Yeah.
Every montage in Breaking Bad is incredible.
Yeah.
It's a good one.